Hello again, and welcome back to Stephen Sovey's World. Today, I want to talk about a subject that I love to complain about. This is one of my favorite subjects to complain about, and that is the price of prescription drugs in this country. I often see on television all these advertisements, as you possibly do too, about the newest prescription drugs to treat all kinds of illnesses and diseases. There are drugs that are now available to treat illnesses that I've never even heard of before. And many times you look at the ads, the people are in the ads are having a great time. They don't look sick. They're having a wonderful time. They're doing all kinds of activities, presumably because they take the drugs that are advertised. And I suffer from a couple of illnesses that I have to have prescription drugs for. And I'm always hoping for something new to come along to help me. But there's one thing I've learned when you look at the ads on TV, the prescription drugs are way out of reach of most Americans. I have COPD and asthma, and the inhalers that I see advertised, the brand new ones who have been around for maybe 3-4 years, cost $500 to $600. So considering $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year. I had some hope, if Trump had not been elected, that our drug prices would begin to go down through Medicare. Of course, that's all over now. Trump has done away with any program to offer assistance for people on Medicare. Now, when you see the drugs advertised on television, they always say you may pay $0 to $5 a month. But that's only for people who have private health insurance. It doesn't include people who are on Medicaid or Medicare. As I told you before, I suffer from COPD, asthma. And 11 years ago, when I lived in Malaysia, I bought the Symbicort inhaler. It was a generic Symbicort. I paid approximately $10 for each inhaler. And this is made by a company called Cipla, which is the largest drug company in Asia and probably in one of the larger ones in the world. And when I moved back to the United States, I was on Medicare. I was dumbfounded at the cost of Symbicort. The drug I was taking in Malaysia was a generic Symbicort. But in the United States, they did not offer generic Symbicort because of the way the FDA approves drugs. They side with the prescription drug companies. So I found out that at that time, when I moved back, there was about, I think, $400 to $500 for one inhaler. I found a pharmacy in India, it's called All Day Chemist, that offered the same inhaler, generic Symbicort, as I had been taking. So now I ordered through this company, I order 3 inhalers every few months, and the total cost of the inhalers plus the price of shipping and handling comes to approximately $56 to $59. So that's almost $20 for each inhaler as compared to 200 and some for the Symbicort here. Now, last year, the drug companies began to offer a generic Symbicort. So the brand name Symbicort is approximately $240 to $250. And you get this huge saving by getting the generic. The generic costs $210 to $220. You save $10 to $20. Big ripoff. Now, many people I tell about this, they say, well, you can't trust Indian drugs. Well, you want to know something? Most of our drugs come from India. They're made in India. And they're made under the supervision of the FDA. So don't take that excuse of insurance companies and some doctors forcing you to pay 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 times what they should be charging for drugs. So looking ahead to the future, I don't see any chance of paying less for the drugs or being able to afford brand new drugs. Like myself, I would have loved to try a brand new inhaler, but I'm not going to pay $600 just to find out if it works or not. Unfortunately, the hospital system that I work with, they do not give samples, which is bad. But if you look at it, if I did have a sample and it worked fine, I still couldn't afford $600 a month afterwards. So looking ahead, it looks as though Medicaid, people who are on Medicaid, with Congress just passing the new budget plan, it doesn't look like you're going to get anything from Medicaid. People are going to suffer. Medicare, that's probably on the chopping block next. So I'm going to continue buying my drugs from this company in India and hope that maybe something will change in the future. I have little doubt that in my lifetime, I will see a reasonable healthcare system in this country. Millionaires and the prescription drug companies have too much control of it. They would rather see us people dead than to earn a little less profit. So that's it for today. I hope you all have a good week, a good weekend ahead, and see you next time.